before we start, is there anything we don't understand from previous classes? We only have DAX and Power BI service to work on. So today we'll just be touching on DAX. It might be a short class because we're not doing like much calculations because of the data set. So today we'll be doing DAX. Then on Sunday we'll be working on creating a Power BI service account. So normally Power BI service is paid for, but I found a friend of mine showed me a way we can navigate so that maybe when you create your portfolio or maybe you work on a design, you can always share the link maybe on LinkedIn alongside the screenshot of your dashboard, or share the link on your portfolio. Maybe when someone needs to see access and interact with your dashboard, so they don't just want to see the screenshots, they want to also be able to select slicers and so on and so forth. They can use that link and view it online. Then you guys can see each other's reports too. So on Sunday, I'll also like share a data set. Then you guys can use it as your like capstone project for the Power BI segment of this class. So today we'll be working on DAX. DAX is the short form is the acronym for Data Analytics Expressions. So it's majorly it's the language Power BI uses when you're like creating measures or working on formulas. So it's similar to the functions that you have. It's similar to formulas that you have in Excel. So in Excel, you have, let's say you want to calculate the total sales for the month. You do equals to sum of that row or sum of that column, or maybe you even add filters. So it's similar to what you have for Power BI, but in Power BI, we call it data analytics expressions. So when you want to create DAX measures, we call it new measure in Power BI. So under home, you see new measure. And normally, so that our data is always tidy, we create a table for only DAX, for only measures. We create a table for only measures. So anytime we're creating a measure, we'll store it or we'll save it to that table. So it's easier to always, instead of looking for your measures, it's easier to just go to that table and look for the measure. Maybe you want to adjust it or something like that, or include a filter or create a new.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm only seeing the dashboard though.
Yeah, I'm just explaining.
Are you still on that place? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still on the dashboard. I'm just explaining. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything rather. So now I'll just teach us how to create the table, the DAX table first. Then we can now start creating DAX measures. So please let's open our Power BI desktop. So hope you have the same dashboard. And our Power BI desktop account is open. So you can go to data. Want to create a new table. So for the DAX table now, we don't create it on like Power Query, we create it directly here. So you can see what you are doing. So go to data. Are you with me? Please, you can unmute your mic since we are not many in the class.
Data, where?
Where you have data builder and formats now. I don't think you should forget that. So you have data builder and formats.
Yes.
Are we there now? Please let me know so we can move on. Have you opened the data section or the data pane?
Yes.
Okay. So you go to enter data. Under home, you see get data, Excel workbook, one lake catalog, SQL Server. Just that section, that data section, you see enter data. Under the home on the ribbon, you see enter data. Can you see a table with plus sign at the top left corner?
Please, can you say that again? I didn't get that.
On the ribbon, under the home tab of the ribbon, the second section after clipboard, you see data. Just look through it. You see enter data.
Yes, enter data, yes.
Okay, so select the enter data.
Okay.
So you can also use this enter data when you're like creating your own like data sets, maybe just a short table. You can also use this. So on that for that column 1, write no, just write anything in that column 1. But the table name, just write anything. So we're just using this one for DAX measures. Just write anything there. You don't need it. Or you can leave it blank if you will. Then that table name, change it to DAX. Just write DAX and click enter.
Coming. You said I should write anything in that this thing, and then
You can write
do
anything,
what?
or you can just leave it like that. But the
Okay.
table name,
After
write
the
DAX. The table name, write DAX. DAX.
Okay.
Then click enter. Okay.
My own is saying load or edit.
And load. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it enter data you clicked? Okay. Now can you see it on your data pane? Customer data, DAX, products, and sales data. Can you see DAX showing?
Yes, it's showing on
So if you drop down,
data.
you see, yeah, if you drop down, you can see that's one that you created. You don't really need that one. So let's just create a measure. When we create a measure, this icon that is in front of this DAX will change to a calculator icon to show you that it is a calculated is it calculator icon, but to show you that it's not really a table, and it will be at the top of all the tables. Like it will move from this second table to the first one. So let's create a DAX measure. So when we want to create a DAX measure, or like you call it in Excel, a formula, you go to new measure. So select that DAX, just select that table so the DAX measure can be stored there. When you select it, your ribbon will go to table tools. So just select that DAX table. When you select it, your ribbon will just automatically go to table tools. Can you see that? Please, I need response.
My ribbon.
Have you selected DAX? Have you selected
Yes,
the
it went to
table?
table tools. Yes,
Yes.
table tools,
So on
yes.
it, can you see new measure? Can you see new measure?
Hello, Tosin. I'm not joining with my system. I'm in transit, so I'm only connected with my phone, but I can see everything you are doing, and I can always watch the video to later on.
All right, thank you. So for Yemisi and any other person that has their video on, can you see new measure?
New measure.
So you don't say I'm going too fast and you draw me back. Please just unmute your mic and speak. Can you see new measure under table tools?
Yes, done. Yes, done.
So select new measure. You see a formula bar that opens up. So let's say we want to create the sum of sales. Let's say we want to create total sales or the total profit. Instead of always selecting that column, for DAX, it's the same thing. You first of all write the name of the of what you're creating, of the formula you're trying to create. So let's just say total sales. So you can just type total sales equals to, how do you do formula? How do you do sum of sales in Excel? It's the same formula you use. There are most of the formulas are the same. It's just like advanced, way more advanced formulas that are different. So you just do sum, open brackets, then type sales, or you scroll down to where sales is. Then you close your brackets and click enter.
Your formula is not shown, but you said I should click on sum equals to sum, Abi.
Write the name of the formula you're creating first. Total sales equals to. You have to write the name of the name of what you're trying to create first. So we're doing total sales. So that will be total sales equals sum of the sales. So the sales will come with the table name. So here, what is showing here is total sales equals to sum sales data sales. Can you see it? You don't need to type it out. If you just type sum, open bracket, sales, it will bring out the options and you just select sales.
Okay. But there are a lot of sales options here. I have sales data, sales bar value, sales. Okay. Sales data, sales, right? Selected.
Yes.
Selected.
Then close the bracket and click enter. Have we done that? Have you done that? Let me see.
Yes.
Okay, if there's no response from now, I'll just assume we've done that. Then if you're behind, you can just watch the video later. So after doing that, let's delete.
I think it's network. That's why you feel my response is lagging.
Okay, let's delete the first one. That one that I said you can just write anything there. So if one is empty, just delete that empty column. So now when I have HUHI here, so if it is showing like this, or if it is showing column 1, or if it is blank, I'm not sure it will be blank. Just there's a 3 dot options beside it. Select it and select delete from model. Just for that one that you created before, not for the formula. Are we there?
Delete from model, yes.
So you can see that it's just total sales that is left now, and the DAX table has moved upward. It's now the first table on that data pane, and it's looking like the icon there is looking like a calculator. So now you always have your DAX at the top of all the tables, the DAX measures. So now let's say this card that we have now, we want to duplicate it and include this sales data. So normally it's always better to create those DAX measures, these DAX measures, and use the measure instead of using the column directly. Like now, instead of selecting this sales directly, it's always better to create the measure and select the measure, because that will increase. I think it increases performance, and it's always easier when you want to use it in other scenarios. So let's say we want to bring in, aside sum of profits, we want to bring in the total sales. Let's just duplicate this and resize it. So I'm duplicating my sum of profits card and I'm resizing it. I'll just resize it and adjust the font size so that everything can be uniform.
Okay, Tosin, for me now, is it okay, Tosin? For me now, I where I did my DAX is not where my dashboard is. So can I just carry the total sales from where my dashboard is and bring it into this new thing?
What do you mean where you did your DAX? Your DAX should be on that. It's not on the visual
my dashboard.
Now.
My dashboard is on page 2. While I did this new work I'm doing now, I did it on page 4. It has nothing on it. So can I move this total sales to this page 4 now?
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
You know your dashboard is the canvas.
Yeah, canvas design.
Design. Okay, so that's where my dashboard is. But where I'm doing this work that you're teaching us now, let's assume that I'm doing it in page 3, where I have nothing, which is blank totally. So
it does not matter where you're doing it now.
Now you said that you want to duplicate the total sales. Okay, so can I go to the total sales and bring it into this one that I'm working on?
Do you have this canvas design page?
Yes, I have it.
Which one are you working on?
I just opened a blank sheet, a blank page.
Which one are you working on?
You said?
To open a blank page for what?
That's what I started. I thought it is a new work, so I don't want my dashboard to be ruined. That's why I just opened a new page to do this one. So
okay, but it does not matter if you already have a new page. I've not created the DAX that you created. You did not create it on the canvas now. You created it on data. Data has nothing to do with what is on your canvas. Did you bring it into the canvas?
No,
did you bring it into the internet page? It does not have anything to do with it. Now just go to your canvas page and resize the one that is already there. So you know how to change the size already. So adjust that callout value. I'm adjusting mine to like 14, or 14 is too small. Let's say 18. I'm adjusting mine to 18. Then let me reduce the label to 10. So normally the font size should be the same, but just to show us that's total sales, just to put it here. That's the main reason. That's what I'm just showing. So I want to adjust the padding. Let me just remove this so that the total sales can show properly. I'm just looking for a proper size. You can use any size you want. We just want to bring in the sales. So from these duplicates that I've done now, I'm going to unselect the one that was there before. So I'm going back to my data. I'm unselecting profits. And I'm selecting the total sales from DAX. So let's change that to million, because we obviously can have 2.298.58k thousand. So let's change the color value to millions. Yeah, 2 decimal points. Some bold.
Yes, can you say that again?
Which part?
The part you asked us to change, where you said you're bringing in the DAX.
Have you duplicated?
Yes, I've duplicated
as sum of profits.
Yes.
So the second one, change it from sum of profits to that total sales that you just created. So on click sum of profit on your data pane. On click that profits column and select total sales from that DAX that you just created. Select total sales.
So I should replace sum of profit with total sales, right? All right. Okay, 2.30 million, yes.
So that's what we have. So normally it's always better to use. There are so many reasons. Maybe everybody can go and Google it. So, So that's for creating DAX. We'll do some other DAX measures, but let me show you how to create columns too on the table. So aside DAX measures, you can also create columns, new column. The way you can create on Excel, you can create a new column. Excuse me. You can create a new column on your table. So let's say for this sales data, go to that table view on the left side of your screen. Go to table view, then select sales data on your data pane. You can see other line, other line, other ID, barcode, and so on and so forth. So let's calculate what can we calculate? Let's calculate sales amount. Sales amount is sales times quantity. I think this is already, I think the sales there, already sales amount, since it's in dollars gone. What can we calculate?
Hello, Tosin, are you there?
Yeah, so I'm coming. Sorry, I'm coming, please. Give me a minute. I'm thinking of what else we can calculate. Let's just calculate these shipping days again, just for the sake of this class. If anybody has anything in mind, sure, I'm really tired today. If anybody has anything in mind, we can calculate, we can bring it up. So let's calculate shipping days again. At least we can use that to cross-check if we are right. So for this new column, we can do, for this, to bring in a new column or to add a new column, you select, when you select the table, it automatically goes to either table tools or column tools. So if I select the data on that data pane, it goes to table tools. If I select any of the columns, it goes to column tools. So from here, you can bring in a new column. So let's try creating a segment. Let's try creating a sales segment.
Sorry, Tosin. You said I should click on new column, right? I can hear you. New column.
Yeah, click on new column.
Okay. What next?
So let's try creating. So I want to write a DAX formula now. Let's try creating a new segment. Do we have segments before? Okay, there's no segment. So let's just say let's just say, how do we quantify wholesale and retail now? Let's say sales segment. Let's rename it as sales segment. Let's name that column sales segment equals to. So here we'll be using the if formula. be the if function rather. So I know we are all familiar with using the if function from Excel. So name it sales segment equals to. So we're going to use if, and here we're going to say if the quantity is less than 5, then we should name it as retail. If it is greater than 5, name it as wholesale. I'm coming, please. So let's try that. So you can try it on your own end first. If you get the formula, then if you don't get it, you can just look at what I use or just let me know. So we now use if now. If what's the condition or what's the logical test? If that quantity is less than 5, so if open bracket quantity, you see sales data.
So we click on quantity, right?
Yes, now. If don't click on quantity, or you type it now the same way you typed that sales sum of sales
segments. Okay.
Yeah.
So just sales segments, stuff if is just still talk at if. So if
no,
quantity.
Can you see sales data quantity? Can you see quantity? Quantity is showing now. Can you hear me?
Okay, sales data. Yes, okay. I'll click on sales data. If sales data.
Quantity, or not ordinary sales data. Quantity. Can you see quantity?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Okay, so if that is less than 5, then so for our text now, anytime we are using a text, it has to be in quotation marks. If not, it will give you error. So unless you are using numbers or integers, you just write it like that. But if you are using text, always put them in quotation marks. So if the quantity is less than 5, then name it as retail, close quotation. If not, name it as wholesale.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that though.
Do you know how to use if formula, or if function?
Yeah, okay.
Did you do that in Excel?
Yes.
So it's the same thing here. If the quantity is less than 5, retail. If not, wholesale. But make sure your retail and wholesale are in quotation marks separately. Retail is in quotation marks, wholesale is in quotation marks, because they are text and your text should be in quotations. Anytime you're putting your text in your DAX, it should be in quotation, so it can know that that's a text, and is that text you're either looking for, you're trying to put into your column. So I'll just click enter now, and you can see it. For quantity that I have 222, you can see retail. So if I select quantity and I filter to, let's say, 10, you see there is wholesale that comes up in your sales segment. So that's another way of using your DAX to create new columns. Do you understand me? Are we clear, Miss? Are you stuck somewhere?
Maybe I'm stuck because I've still not gotten the formula. Maybe I have to rewatch the video or something, because I'm still at sales data quantity. That's where I am.
Less than 5. If the quantity is less than 5, can you see my formula?
Yes, I can see your formula.
Yeah, so just copy that. If the quantity is less than 5, name it as retail. If not, name it as wholesale. This is an Excel. This is the same formula that you have in Excel. You did the Excel class before this, so this is the same formula. Most of the formulas as a beginner, most of the formulas you'll be using are like formulas that are already in, or formulas that you're already familiar with in Excel. That's why Power BI is very easy to use because it brings in, like, there's transfer knowledge from other places. So let me just copy this on the chat in case so you can. Let's chat.
I got it.
Okay. So has it shown on your column now?
I have a lot of yes, but I have a lot of retail though. I don't. Yes, I have retail and wholesale.
Your quantity is 2 now. For those that retail, the quantity is what?
Okay.
Less than 5 now.
Okay, let me check. Yes, it's 4 and less than 4. For wholesalers, it's above 5. Yeah.
So 1 to 4, yeah.
I've gotten it.
Do you understand the formula? If the quantity is,
yes, I understand it.
Okay.
Less than 5, let them be retailer. If not, anything above 5 and above, let it be wholesaler.
5 and above should be wholesale. Yeah. Wholesale, not wholesaler. Retail and wholesale.
Okay. I wrote wholesales. All right. I can always edit this thing.
Yeah. So that's how you create column. Then there's another function you can use to bring in a column from another table. So let's say we already have product ID here, and we don't want to be going back and forth. Let's say we really want to know what products we are looking at. Let's say for this first one, we want to know what products we are looking at, but we don't want to copy it from here, now go to products and now paste and look for, and now filter again and look for what products. We can just bring in, since it's already linked on our data model, we can just bring it in to this. It's like doing join or merge on Power Query, but here you're doing it on this table. Do you understand? So it's like doing merge here, or you're doing join like in SQL. So from here now, you create a new column. You already know how to create a new column. You select your sales data. Make sure you're selecting sales data. You select new column. So now let's say you want to bring in product name. So you name it product name. Product name equals. So for bringing in something, a column from another table, the function we use is related. We use related. So related is a function. So it will ask you for the column name. What column do you want to bring in? So here you can see all the columns that, so you can see all the tables that you're connected to: customer data and product. So where is your product name? Obviously, product name is under the product table. So you select product name, you close it. So it's like doing lookup basically, but you're using related. So these are the product names for each of the product IDs. Do you have this?
Yes, I have it. The first one is standard roller filled with lock. Yes, I have it.
Yeah, well done. So please keep saving your data at like
yes, I'm saving it every second.
Okay. So let's just do, we worked on new columns. So let's just create like normal DAX, other DAX functions. So let's just work on creating DAX functions. So you can try this on yourself since you already know how to do DAX. So we have profit and we have sales, profit and quantity. So just do sum of profit and sum of quantity. So you can either just copy the previous formula, create new measure, make sure you are selecting that DAX table, paste it, change the name to, let's say, sales total profit.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Where should I go first?
Go back to DAX now. Then your DAX table.
On the dashboard, right? On the
you can
model,
create it anywhere.
On the report view.
You can create it anywhere. So far your data pane is open, you can create your measure anywhere.
Okay.
So just create total profit. Now, the way you've created total sales, create total profit and create total quantity. So that's total profit equals to sum of profits.
Sorry, Tosin, I might have to bring you back. Now, you know we created total sales. I will duplicate that total sales, right? And then now change it, right? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
No, just create total profit or total quantity. I'd not say you should add card, you just create the DAX. Don't add anything to the camera. We're just doing purely DAX. We're not creating anything. We're not adding visual again. Can you see my own total? I've done total profit. I want to do quantity now. So you should have 3 formulas. I'll be 3 DAX expressions. I'll be 3 DAX on your distance. So I've done total profit, total sales, means total quantity. So just do the same. You should have 3 now. Can you see my own? This DAX has 3.
I can see total profit, total quantity, and total sales. But I only have total sales in my own. Please, can you run
I
us?
said you should create now.
Can you run it through
Let me see,
again?
This new measure you go to.
Okay, new measures. All right. Just got that now.
Are you done? I'll just give you 1 more minute, then we can move on. So let me know when you're done, let me see.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take long. Just total quantity equals sum of the quantity. Total profit equals sum of profits. Okay, so after that, let's create something else. Let's try doing division. So let's just play around with some other functions. So I'm still on DAX. I'll go to new measure. Then let's say I want to do the I want to divide the shipping days by 2. Obviously that doesn't make sense. So let's just try it. I don't want to work so much on profit, quantity, and sales. So let's just try to divide these shipping days by 2. So let's name it shipping by 2. That equals to divide. Our function is divide. And when you're working with formulas, there's always like tips for you. So you have this divide, you have numerator, comma, denominator, comma, alternate results. So when you see a text inside this square brackets, that means it's not compulsory to put something there. So if it is in square brackets, it is optional. So you have your numerator. Numerator is like the number that is above, denominator is number below.
Sorry, Tosin, this one that you are creating now is a new DAX again, right?
A new measure, yeah.
A new
Under that
measure
DAX
again.
table.
Okay, under the DAX table. Okay.
All the measures we are creating should be under that DAX table. The DAX table is for measures. It's called data analytics expression. So it's just for those measures. That's how we created it. So all your measures will be in that table. So you now have to be going around looking for where your measures are. So we're doing shipping days divided by 2. So that's divide. Then our numerator, shipping days. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, so apparently we can't divide columns. Yeah, we can't divide columns. So let's just do let's just try profits divided by 2. So that measure that you created now, that total profits. So that's the total profits, comma 2.
We should clear shipping by 2. We should erase that one. Okay,
No,
shipping by
leave it.
2.
Okay, do profits. Change shipping to profits.
Profits by 2.
Yeah. So you have total profits, comma 2. So your measures can only reference when you are doing like divide functions, you can only reference measures, not columns. So unlike sum that you can sum the whole column. So I'll give you guys a course that you can complete for next week Tuesday. So it's a DAX course. So if I'm unable to give you like the full or proper intensive DAX, you can just use that. Then submit the certificate. It's like the data cleaning one you did, but this one is on DAX and it's also free. It's the same organization. So let me talk about distinct counts too. So sometimes we also use distinct counts, like if we are distinct is different from unique. You can do research on that later. But let's say we want to count like all the distinct IDs. We want to do the distinct count of the orders, like the distinct
Sorry, Tosin, I have
orders
a
that
question.
came in. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this all this profit by 2, total profit. Where are we going to see them? Because I can only see them on the DAX, but I can't see like the answer. Where are
And
they
it's you that will
displaying?
select if you want to see it. They will not display. It's you that will select if you want to see it now. All the ones that are on your dashboard,
Okay,
it's not you that select
select
it.
your select your profit by 2. Where is it going to show?
You create your visual first and you select it now. You have to select, let's say you select a card, then you select profit by 2. Or you can just, if you select it normally, it will show inside the card. So I just selected profit by 2 and it came up in a card. Sometimes it will come up in a
Oh,
bar chart.
okay.
So is it that will select
Okay,
where you
I
want
get
to
it.
see it?
Okay. Okay, I've seen it now. Okay. Thank you.
So let's do the distinct number of order IDs. to the distinct number of the distinct orders that have come in throughout the sales period. So also select your DAX, go to new measure. Let's name it distinct orders. So the formula will be distinct count. So that's distinct count of order ID. Since we are counting the orders that came in. So instead of counting like one order ID can have multiple products. Like let's say I'm buying today now. I have an order ID, but that order ID carries multiple products. So on that sales data, each product will carry that same order ID. Let's say I'm buying sweets, I'm buying biscuits, I'm buying chewing gum. Those 3 products are under one order. That's one order. We have one particular order ID. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Let's say if I'm ordering on Jumia, and today I want to buy a shoe, I want to buy a bag, and I want to buy a dress. They'll process everything together and send it to me to my house. You get, unless maybe one of them is not available. But the fact that everything was processed together on the same day and I ordered everything together on the same day, they'll have one order ID. But on your sales data, each of those products will carry the same order ID. That means the order ID will appear 3 times. They have the same order ID, and it is split by product. So each product will have that same order ID. So the order ID will appear 3 times. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying.
No, okay, I don't understand.
Let's say you want to buy something on Jumia. You want to buy shoes, you want to buy a bag, and you want to buy a dress. Okay. Let's use dates. What date will show for today? Today you want to buy shoe, you want to buy bag, you want to buy a dress. What date will show there? Today's date, ba?
Yes.
Yes. So when on the back end, when they are sorting the data and they are doing it by, they are not processing it by YMC but today. They are doing it by all the products that YMC but today, and they are now listing on each row. You have bag, you have shoe, we have dress. On each row, there'll be dates, and each date will be the same thing, right?
Yes.
Because you bought everything the same day. So it's the same thing for the order ID, because everything was processed together. You created the order you created the order with those 3 products. You ordered everything together at the same time. You will have the same order ID. You get? So let's say this order ID, we have one order ID can have 5 products. But when you're listing by product, each of those products will have the same order ID. You get? Yes. So that means you have 5 of those same order IDs on your table. Let me just show you what I mean.
I understand what you're saying now. It's just like if I order something, 5 quantity inside the same one order ID.
No, not quantity.
As in 5 different products, but with one order ID, because I ordered it on the same day.
Yes. Let me use one to show you. So it's okay. I'm looking for one that has more. Okay, let's use this one. This order ID. Now I'm filtering for this particular order ID. Oh, you can even see they have many. So for this particular order ID, that means the person is from one customer. The customer raised it at the same time. You can see the date is the same. The customer raised it at the same time, but the difference is the product. Can you see they're all different products? Do you get? They're all different products. So normally, if you're now saying, oh, how many orders were raised today? Obviously, you cannot count all these orders as different orders because it's one order. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is just one order. All these products is just one order. That's why we're using distinct count instead of using normal count. If we use normal count, it will show like a very large amount. But if we use distinct count, it's going to count all this one as one order. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like unique kind of.
Yeah, something like that. So let me just show you. So calculate your distinct orders. So here we use distinct counts. So you do distinct count of the sales order ID. So name it as distinct orders. So we'll do for distinct count and we'll do for count. So I can show you the difference. Let me know when you're done, please.
I've done distinct counts.
You've done distinct count, have you? Yeah, do for counts. Do count orders equals to count order ID. So you can then now put it on the card and you just see the amounts that will come up. So change that distinct count to, or you create a new one and change to count orders. So you can put it on a new page so you don't scatter it. You can, or you know that you can always delete it. You can leave it on that same page. Then adjust it later or remove it later. So here now let me just select count orders. So this count orders, then distinct orders. This distinct orders. So you can see the difference. This is about 4,499,000 difference. Do you get?
Please, can you go to your distinct count? I want to see the formula again, please.
Distinct counts of order ID. Just write equals to distinct. Don't see my formula. Write distinct orders equals to distinct counts order ID. The way you did sum, distinct counts, but instead of profits, write order ID. Or just write order. You see order ID under your sales data. Are you able to get it?
Count, yes.
This is what you have. This is what you should have.
Okay.
So do the same for counts, but instead of distinct counts, you should have counts.
They have 5,000 distinct orders. Why for my I've not gotten, I have 5,009, but I've not gotten that distinct count orders. That's the problem.
Count orders should be just, formula should be count instead of distinct count. This is count orders.
Okay. First count.
Are you done? Okay, so let's continue. So let's say we want to count. Now we are going into a more complex formula. We're doing calculate. Calculate is a very, like, one of the most, how do I put it, like important formulas to know, or functions to know in Power BI, because we use it for a lot. You can use it to add filters to your formulas. or to your DAX. So let's say you don't want to use filters. You don't want to use all these filter, whatever for wholesale and retail. And for, let's say, for distinct orders, you just want to see the distinct orders of the retail distinct. How do I put it? Distinct orders that were bought that are retail segments. So we're going to use the calculate function. So I'll just show you how to use it here. Then when we're doing the more comprehensive course, you'll be able to use that. So select your DAX, go to new measure, and you can write retail orders. So just type retail orders. So here I want to calculate the distinct number of order IDs that were sold as retail. Do you understand? So out of these 5,009 distinct orders, which one are retail? Do you understand?
Yes.
It's like applying filters. Okay, so I've created the DAX now. I'll be the DAX retail orders equals to. So for that, we're going to use calculate. And under the calculate, you use filter. So let's just write calculate first. So the expression is the main, like, what exactly the first thing you're looking for. The first one I'm looking for is the distinct number of orders. The main thing we're looking for is the distinct order of numbers. So the way we wrote this distinct order formula, we write it here again. Distinct count of order ID. That's our expression. Close your column. So make sure your column is closed for distinct count. So comma, what are you trying to filter? We're looking for where the segment is retail. So that one is like, I don't know if you've done filter in Excel rather. So you write segment, sales segments. We name that column that we created. We named it sales segment. So we want where sales segment is equals to retail. And please, it is case sensitive, so spell it the way you have it there. Then you close your bracket. So I'll explain this formula again. We're calculating the distinct count of the sales order, where the sales segment is just retail. So we're calculating all the distinct orders where they were sold as retail, not retail and wholesale, just for retail. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so try
Tosin,
that.
please. Hello. Tosin, please, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. So let's assume we don't create that column. We don't create that column for segments. We can have something like calculate distinct count for sales data, then filter, that's sales data when quantity is less than 5.
It's less than 5. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. Then instead of naming it retail orders, yeah, you still name it retail orders, sure. You can do that.
Okay.
But it's always better to have that column, so that maybe when you are doing a cross check or when you're trying to find out maybe there's an issue somewhere, your data is not aligning, you won't be able to be using DAX to bring it into a new table. You just go directly to the table and you look for where you are going. Yeah, do you get?
Yes.
So we have, where is it? Retail orders. So if I bring it here now, I have 4,093. So you can see that it's even lesser than this normal distinct orders. So out of this 5,009, 4,093 were sold as retail. And this does not mean that 5,000 4009 minus 4093, then the rest are also, because there are some that particular order ID, some of the quantities were sold as retail, some of the quantities too were sold as wholesale. Do I still have that one that I copied? Let me see. Let me see if we can check with that one. 197. This. Let's just. I think this one, the quantity was for all true. Okay, so see, for instance, now this particular ID. There are some that were sold as wholesale, there are some that are sold as retail. Do you get? So obviously this ID will count both for wholesale and both for retail. Yeah, do you get? So I'm just showing you how you can use that calculate formula. So please also next time when you're creating formulas like this, make sure it is readable so that other people can understand it. So this second part should come down. Then you can use tab to shift it forward so it's readable and like just break it down for more understanding. Instead of putting
Can you say that again?
I said to make your DAX, your formula readable so that other people can understand it. Always break it down, like bring it into sections instead of putting everything on the same line. So what I did was I came here, then I pressed shift and enter at the same time. Shift, and I hold shift down and I press enter. And I use tab to shift it forward, then enter to enter the formula. So just make sure your formula is readable so that other people can either make changes or understand what you did. And then you can always see where your what do you call it? Your bracket is ending. Like this one, this thing counts as its own bracket, then calculate as its own bracket. Do you get?
Yeah.
So, please, I want to ask concerning making formula readable. Okay, so it would be advisable one should split it based on the number of like arguments in the formula. Okay. That's understood.
Let me see, have you been able to add your retail orders?
Yes, 4093.
Okay. So we've done if, we've done some, we've done counts, testing counts, related, calculate. Which other one is popular like that that we can do? Let's see. Anyway, when you are doing the DAX course, you see other ones that you can always use. There are some for dates, to create dates tables, but since we already have dates table. Okay, we don't have dates table, but we already have other dates that we need. There's no need for dates table because that's the only table that needs data and it already has its own date. So let me just explain some other things. Okay.
Like I just want to know the difference between this DAX and the Power BI. Is it that the Power BI cannot calculate all these retail orders, discount order, discounts?
Which Power BI? This Power BI.
No, the sales data, as in the dashboard we did before. Is this still is this like a continuation? You know, as in why do we have to bring in that? That's what I'm saying. You know, we were using build format and stuff before to get all this stuff, all this table that we did before. So what I'm saying is that the DAX that we introduced into it now, is it only that for us to get that solution, we have to go through that to get all the other stuff? before we were able to do some of profits. We were able to
Mm-hmm.
get all the pie charts, bar charts, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for us to get what we got in with DAX now, is it only through DAX that we can get all these distinct order, retail orders, and the likes? Is
For
that
most of
the
them,
only
yes.
option?
For
Okay.
this calculate now, there's no way you can do that on like here unless you introduce filters. For this filter, you can either apply it to the particular visual or to the page, but it does not make sense. It makes sense, but you will not be able to apply it elsewhere unless you have
Yeah.
to be applying this same filter on every page and every page do you get on every visual. And there are some more complex formulas that you can't do directly. Like let's say you want to calculate margin. Do you get margin is the profits divided by the sales amount. Let's say you want to calculate how do you want to
Yeah.
do it? How do you want to do it here? There's no way to do it here. Here we just selected the column directly. So there are no formulas here. And there's no formula on this place, and there's no formula on filter. There's no formula on build that you can use to bring in all those ones. And thirdly, for performance reasons, so that your data does not slow down when refreshing and so on, it's always advisable to use measures and just to have more, just for it to be more organized and for it to just always be able to play around with. Let's say this profit now, you want to this total profit, you want to add extra filters. Let's say you want to remove cancelled orders. Obviously, you cannot calculate profits for cancelled orders. You did not profit now because the order was cancelled. So it will be very unadvised. It will be unadvisable for you to now go and collect it from go and select total profits. Select profits from here because this one will add cancelled orders. Do you get?
Yeah.
So here now you
Yeah.
have to now create a DAX that excludes the cancelled orders. So the same way you have this your where is it? The same way you have this your retail orders, you just do calculate sum of profits where let's say the status is not cancelled. Do you understand? So there'll be like a status. So it depends on the data you're using too. So like now if there's a status here, we can always use it, but I don't think there's a status here. Let's see if all the everything has ship date. So that means it was shipped. Everything has ship date. So maybe if we come across any other data that has cancelled orders or pending orders or so on and so forth, you can always use the DAX. So it's always better to use DAX.
Yeah.
So for this filter now, you can apply the filter to the whole page. If I select this filter, let's say on this page now, I want to see just for standard class. Is this standard class that they wrote here? Yeah, for standard class. Anything that is shown here, I want to see it for just standard class. So make sure you're selecting that canvas design, open filter. Then for this particular page, you will now go to the sales data. Standard class is under what? Under ship mode. This one coming. So standard class is under ship mode. So you bring in ship mode, you drag and drop ship mode from sales data to filters on this page. So from here now, you can now select standard class. When you select this, you see that everything automatically changes. So anything you're seeing here is just for standard class alone. So you can either apply this to just this page or to all the pages. So if you apply to all the pages, whatever is here, whatever you select in this filter, let's say you select standard class here, it's to apply to page 2. To apply to page 3 too. You can see that counts of orders, retail orders, distance orders, they change too. Do you get? So it affects every other thing here. So if you want, you can use this route. If you want to use this one and let it affect everything, or let it affect only this page, you can do this. Or it's always better to just do it in DAX and just select it where you want to put it. But this one to sometimes use it like when we are creating for warehouses. Let's say we want to remove a warehouse that is no longer active. Here we just select the ones that are active and remove the ones that are no longer active, so it does not show in the rest of the report. Instead of going to all the reports and removing it, or going to the DAX and now removing where this one is equals to so warehouse. Do you understand? You just do everything here. So everything is important in Power BI. There's nothing there's no part of it, either DAX or filter or column. Every part of it is important and useful, and they all have their advantages. So you can remove this ship mode. You don't need no filtering anything. So you can also apply to just a particular visual. Select the visual you want. All the categories that you can remove are here. You can also include more. Let's say you want for a particular city, for this particular visual alone, you drag from customer data, you see city, drag city to where the field is. You can try that. Then you click only for Akron or Albuquerque or Allen or whatever it is. Then you can erase it without clear filter. So we don't need that. So just cancel it. You drag it to this add data fields here. Age to add data fields. Okay, age category. Why is not dragging? City to add data fields. Select or remove the one you don't want, and so on and so forth. Then from here, you can also do top 3, bottom 3. Like this sales by category. Now let's try to do the top. How many is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's try to do top 10 of this sales by subcategory. So on your canvas design, select this column chart. This sales by subcategory. Want to calculate just or want to show just the top 10 by the sales.
Yeah.
So under filters, now you can see filters, you can see subcategory, you can see sum of sales. So you click this drop down, then you can you click the drop down for subcategory. Then can you see basic filtering? Basic filtering is when you want to select, like,
yes, I can see basic filtering.
Yeah, that's when you want to select the ones to show manually. So for me, you can select all and now be removing the ones that you don't want to show. That's one way, but we don't want that one. So let's go to select that basic filtering. Go to top N, the last one there, top N.
Yes. Done.
So you show items. You can always choose either top or bottom. So you can always choose maybe top 5 or bottom 5. So now I want to see the top 10. You write 10 here. Top 10 by what value? Yeah, by what value? By sum of sales. So now your DAX, you can bring in your total sales. Then apply filter.
My value, so I can't enter anything on my by
you
value.
Should be able to enter total sales. Drag and drop total sales. That total sales from your DAX.
Okay.
Have you done that? Then click apply filter. Can I see that you have just 10 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have just 10 categories, and subcategories showing based on the sales value from top to bottom. Can you see that? Hello, are you there? Okay, so you can try the same thing for bottom. You can do bottom 10. You can still leave it as total sales. Apply filter. You can see the lower numbers, the lower categories. Let's just go back to top 10. Have you been able to do the CMEC?
No. I can't enter anything in the. I can't enter anything in by value. It's not allowing me to enter something in there.
I did not say should enter. I said drag and drop.
Okay, I should drag my DAX total sale inside that value, right?
Yes.
Okay. I've
Please
done
just
that.
pick up next time if you're not able to do it, so I don't keep asking. Then click apply filter.
Okay. Yes, it's now top 10. Okay.
So you have that. So you can also do for dates. Let's look for the one that has date. This line graph now. So please change that title to top 10 sales by category so that whoever is looking at your dashboard will know that you're working with top 10. So go to your
So I should
go
remove
to
some
where
of
your
sales by subcategory.
yeah. Normally remove some of, there's no sum of in my own except remove some of everything. Do sales or sales by region, sales by this, sales by remove some of. So this top 10 should be top 10 sales by subcategory. So this yearly profit by category, I want to do another filter. So click filter. Now I want to try this advanced filter. We've tried basic, we've tried top end and bottom end. Let's try advanced filtering. So when you get to this graph, this line graph, go to open your filter, go to should be date. We should be working on date. How am I saying age? Okay. So you should have category, quarter, year, and profits. Do you have that?
I just finished the last one. It's a bit fast, so I can't catch up. I just finished the top 10 now. So I don't know. So I have to
Okay, go to
rewatch
the
it.
graph. The graph,
Which of the
the
graph?
line
Which
graph,
one?
the line
Okay.
graph, the yearly profits by category, the one on the top right
Okay.
corner.
I'm there now. Yes, I'm there.
Go to the filter pane. Can you see
Yeah.
category, other dates, quarter, other dates, year, sum of
Yeah.
profits?
Sum of profits, yes.
So want to try for dates. I was saying we've already done excuse me. We've already done, if you click the drop down for year, we've already done advanced, we've already done basic filtering. That's one way you select it. Select, like you just check the one you want to show, the one you don't want to show. We've done top end and bottom end. So let's try advanced filtering. So for
There
this
is an advanced
advanced filtering, yeah, the first one is automatically on advanced filtering. You can say show the value where the item is never what I'm looking for dates, the dates gone. You know, do you still have the graph on the third page? Let's not tamper with this one because I want to change the date.
Okay,
There's a
so I
particular,
should leave this one now, Abby.
I'll go to the other graph. Let's try this graph. Let's use this graph. Let's use this graph and change this, remove the quarter and change it to proper dates. So go to the build. I'm removing year and quarter.
I should take out quarter.
Yeah, I want to put just the dates.
I should move the year too. So there's nothing on x-axis again.
Yes, put it in again. Put that other date in again, but leave it as day.
Am I
So
using
remove year, remove
sales,
quarter,
Abby, or
remove.
DAX?
I don't know why this thing is like this. Are you using what?
Am I going to
You're not
use? Am I
using.
using?
There's no date on your desk. You did not create any DAX, any dates DAX now.
Okay. So I should put back the other date back. I've done it.
I want to remove this hierarchy. I'm coming.
I have what you have now.
I'm trying to change this hierarchy. Hold on, please. This is now coming out as a no. Let's create a table for dates. I want to show you a particular date format that we can use.
Okay, so this graph now, should we leave it back the way it was?
Yeah, just leave it as it is. We'll still come back to it. Go to table, then go to new table. Go to table, go to that table view.
Table view, okay.
And then go to new table. Where you have new column, click new table instead.
Okay, done that.
Yeah. So let's name it calendar. Have you selected new table? Not enter
yes,
data.
Calendar. I've
New
written
table.
calendar.
So calendar equals.
Yeah. Okay.
So calendar equals, then you write calendar. Calendar is a function here. Calendar. Then you have your start date and end date. So your start date should be minimum. So here you can also say that functions minimum of your order date and maximum of your ship date. So let's say minimum, open bracket, order date, close that bracket. Then go to the next line, maximum, open bracket, ship date, close it, then close the calendar together.
Please hold on.
Let me know if
don't
you have this.
close your formula. Don't remove. I want to copy that formula like that. So I'll just write it, comma.
So calendar, the start date and end date. The start date is the minimum of the order date. The end date is the maximum of the ship date. That means the minimum date is the lowest date or the earliest date of the order date of all the other dates. Then the maximum date should be the last date or the latest date of all the shipping dates. The highest date of all the shipping dates. Do you have that?
I should press enter now, right?
Yeah.
Wilson, please, I have a question.
Yeah.
I want to ask. Now, the start date is order date. Why is the minimum, like the start date, order date? Why is the end date ship date, not order date?
Yeah. Because we can order a product. Let's say they can order a product yesterday and ship it tomorrow. So obviously we don't include, if we say maximum date as order date. How do I put it? If we say maximum date as order date, the maximum date for order date will be yesterday.
Okay.
If they order a product, let's say if I order a product yesterday and and they ship it to me today, if I'm working with this data, if I use minimum of order date as the max date, the minimum of the order date will be if I use maximum of order date, the maximum of the other day to be yesterday.
Yesterday, since it was not the day it was ordered, since it was not the same day that it was ordered, that it was shipped.
That it was shipped, yeah. Do you get? Because most times they
Yes, I
ship
get
either
that.
that same day or the day after. Do you get?
Yeah.
So I want to change this format to DDMMYY. To change that format, remove that time. Yeah.
Sorry, I still have another question.
Okay.
So under calendar, I saw somewhere calendar and then calendar auto.
Yeah, that's another function that it creates for you, but let's just stick with this one that we can control ourselves.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I just want to ask. Let's assume you are working with a time series data, something like everyday data, like customer service now, where data keep coming in every day and every day. It's not just for a period of time and it stops. Calendar auto or calendar, just calendar. Which one is advisable to use?
It's the same thing, and this one will still do the same work.
Okay. Noted.
It will still do the same thing now. If you are refreshing the other, you just want to be refreshing now. Whether they've shipped or not, even if they've not shipped, it will still bring this thing. Even if they've not shipped, it will still bring maximum.
It will bring maximum date for other dates, and once it is shipped, then it will turn to ship.
No, it will bring the maximum. You know what? Hey, my cursor is hanging. I might have to restart. Okay. In case what you said is sensible, maybe they've not shipped it, and the maximum date is still yes. Even if they've not shipped it today, or they've created orders today and they've not shipped, obviously there will be no ship dates back.
Yes.
So that makes sense. So let's just use maximum dates, or instead of maximum, just erase it and use today. So this one makes more sense. Obviously, you cannot have data tomorrow when tomorrow has not come.
Tomorrow, definitely it will be today's date. Yes.
Yes, but this data is from 2019 to I think 2023. So if I use today, that's 2025. So there's no need for that. So looking forward, you can use today, but let's just stick to minimum and maximum, so we don't bring in too much data, too much useless data. So use minimum and maximum, then change this dates format to DDMM YYY. Then let's connect it to our sales. So it should be up to, because this is a dimension. So connect other dates to dates.
I should connect other dates.
Yeah, connect. So normally connect other dates. This one should be
other dates under sales, I mean.
Connect both other data. Yeah, under sales, but connect ship dates first. Ship dates should be the one active, because ship dates is our maximum and it's the most recent one. Then connect other dates. When you connect other dates, you see dashed lines. Now show that it is not active. So you have two dates that are connected.
I have calendar. Sorry, Tosin. I need to get
calendar.
I have calendar and I have DAX. So I'm taking my ship dates to date under calendar, right?
Yes.
Then
to be active, then you're taking other dates to dates. It will be a dash line to show that it is inactive. So now that we have that, let's go back.
When did this thing popped up? I have ship date highlighted and date highlighted.
Just click enter. We've done that before. Just click enter. We're not going through all that again.
Okay, I've done that. Is that the only connection I'm doing?
Other dates.
With dates, right?
There's nothing else to connect to now.
I've done that.
Okay, so please go back to the reports view where you have that graph. Then instead of this other dates, use use the calendar. I hope this is not doing the same. Same thing. What I'm trying to show you is not coming up well. I don't listen to show as hierarchy. Oh, please just right click it and click dates. When you bring it to the x-axis, right click and click dates instead of dates hierarchy. So on that line graph,
for my x-axis, I have other dates. I don't have dates.
anyone that you have, right click it and click dates instead of date hierarchy. Can you see date hierarchy showing? When you right click, an options will pop up. You see remove field, rename for this visual, blah blah, dates, then date hierarchy.
There's nothing like that here. My own is stopping at new group. I have remove field, remove, or maybe I should change it to dates instead of
change
other
it to
dates.
that calendar dates. Yeah, change to the dates on the calendar.
Please, where will I get dates from?
Calendar now. Should we just browse in calendar?
The calendar. Okay.
Have you done that?
Yes, when I did it, it gave me
So
date,
right click.
year.
Right click and do what I asked earlier. Right click and select date instead of date hierarchy. Can you see date and date hierarchy now? When you right click, you see remove field, rename for this visual, move to new quick measure, show items, no data.
My own is not, my dates is only bringing year, quarter, month, and day. There's no option for me to right click. It's not okay. I've seen date hierarchy. So what did you say I should click on?
Dates, not date hierarchy. Date hierarchy is selected, so select dates.
I've done that.
Okay. So now let's go to our filter now. So I can show you that advanced filtering. So go to filter. You'll see category dates and sum of profits. Click the drop down on dates. So once you try advanced filtering, then we can close the class. So select advanced filtering. So from here now you can select between two date points. Either the date is a particular date or is before and after, before on or after. Let's say before is before, let's do before the year 2020. Is before the year 2025. Let's say it's before today, and it's after 2023. After 2023 February 1st. So it's before today and it's after February 1st, 2023. When you click that calendar, if you click February, if you click the month, it will show only it will go to year, to increase the distance into years. So you can now go back to 2023, then click the months, then click the year. I will click the this. Then click apply filter. So you can see that you can only see from February 1st, 2020. No, there's not February 1st. You can only see from February 2nd, 2023 till the maximum dates that your data has. Obviously, there's no 2025 in your data. So you can do that. So that's for advanced filtering. You can play around with that. You can do relative dates too. Relative dates is like in the last, let's say in the last 1 year. If you do in the last 1 year, there's no dates for that because we're in 2025. You can do in the last 5 years. If you do in the last 5 years, obviously you see data because 2023 is in the last 5 years. You can do is in the next. You can't do in the next because next is future, or next 2 days, next 3 days. You can do in the last 3 days, in this year, in this day, in this week. So this is just playing around with filters on the filter pane with the dates. You can do relative time. So obviously we don't have time on this dates here. So can you see it? Have you played around with that relative dates?
Yes, I've done it. I've picked the date. It's before and after. Advanced filtering, basic filtering, relative dates, relative time. I've done it.
So when you're working with Power BI, to understand it better, just play around with it, work with data sets, and just look for things that whether it makes sense or not. Just play around with it. Try to create something on your own. Just look for features that are there that you've not used before and try to understand it. You get. So you can just save this one that you have. Then Sunday's class will work on publishing to Power BI services. It will be a short class, but I'm sure everybody has their personal email addresses because you need that to create your own Microsoft 365 account. So if you don't have a Microsoft 365 account, just have a normal, let's say Gmail or Yahoo account ready. So we can use that to create. You can use that to create a 365 account, a trial or temporary 365 account that we can publish. So this one we can always publish to your service and you can send the links. So that will be all for today. Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you, Tosin. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. But please, I want to ask the recording for the last class because I did not attend.
Yeah, I think
Wakila sent it.
Yeah, you asked Wakila for that.
Okay.
I think she sent it last time. Yeah, good night.
Okay, good night.